Okay, so we are going to continue on the topic of waste. My name is Emily Spognardi, and I interned this summer at Poly Recovery, a full-service sustainable recycling company in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So the practice of recycling is not necessarily sustainable by nature. Most U.S. recycling companies will purchase reusable materials, but then ship them overseas to be processed. This has a huge carbon footprint associated with it, and for importing countries such as China, this results in a whole host of economic, social, and environmental impacts. So as Michaela mentioned, keeping food local, at Poly Recovery, we believe in keeping waste local. So what we do is we'll purchase reusable post-industrial plastic materials from local manufacturers. We'll bring them to our facility in Portsmouth, we'll process them into what is called regrind material, and then we'll sell that regrind material to other manufacturers in the area to be reused again. What makes Poly Recovery a sustainable recycling company is our 100-mile model challenge. 100-mile model certification. Under this model, no materials purchased, processed, or sold by Poly Recovery will travel more than an average of 100 miles from where they are produced as waste to where they will be reused again. So our best example of this is our relationship with a company called Foss Manufacturing. So we will purchase PET, or polyethylene terephthalate, that's plastic number 1, from companies such as Coca-Cola of Northern New England. We'll bring that material to our facility in Portsmouth, where it is turned into regrind material. This is what regrind looks like. And then with that regrind material, we will sell it to a company called Foss Manufacturing, just 11.7 miles down the road from Poly Recovery, where it is turned into carpeting. So this material was created as waste in New Hampshire, recycled right in New Hampshire, and now it's being reused in New Hampshire, and that's what Poly Recovery is really all about. So in the short term, Poly Recovery really has a direct impact on the waste industry. Not only are we directly diverting resources from the landfill, but we're using the market to keep that waste local, reducing those social and environmental impacts typically associated with waste hauling. Also, we're bolstering the local economy. For example, manufacturers who purchase our PET regrind material are paying half the price of what they would for virgin plastic material. With those cost savings, they can increase production and also hire new employees. In the long term, Poly Recovery hopes to expand outside the realm of New England. Our CEO, John Pielich, once said to me, imagine a Poly Recovery every 200 miles and the effect that that could have. Through this expansion, we hope to not only reach scale, but also have a systemic impact within the waste industry. So hoping to create more consumer demand for recyclable materials, as well as tighter regulations on waste in industry. And so this is kind of where I stepped in this summer. I did a lot of research on sources of plastic outside of New England, as well as recycling legislation outside of the pocket of New England. So by doing this expansion, we will both have a direct and systemic impact on the waste industry, and maybe even take a bite out of climate change. Thank you.